Major changes started happening in November 2024. Then in the beginning of 2025, the writing scores went down. Earlier it was 90 and now people are getting 60s or 50s. So speaking scores were already going down. Now the writing scores also are going down, but it didn't stop there. Now it also impacted the reading module, the reading fill in the blanks and the reading writing fill in the blanks. A mind-baffling situation, and people are really wondering what to do and how to do it. But you don't need to worry about, because we still have a way how we can still understand the major changes that have happened in 2024 and 2025 and can still get the best scores in the exam that you are looking for. So watch it till the end and get the secret but simple techniques to ace the PTE exam. Hey everyone, this is Anurag here from Edutrainex PTE. I hope you all are doing great. This video is all about preparing for the changes that have happened in the PTE exam, and also if any further changes will happen, you will still be prepared just by watching this video. So if you are looking for the most repeated questions, the spelling list and the member exclusive video, all you need to do is join the YouTube Priority membership. And if you're looking for paid assistance, you do WhatsApp us, where we'll cover the unlimited classes for you at one price. Our students are able to crack the exam still. You can see the scorecard, you can see the comments on the YouTube. Everyone is still able to do it, following the techniques that we are giving it to you. So like and subscribe and let's start cracking with the exam. Okay, so the changes that have been happening in the exam, I have divided this particular video in several areas, focusing on the writing areas, then also talking about the speaking module, and then also in the end, we'll talk about the changes related to the reading fill in the blanks and reading writing fill in the blanks, which was already a trouble for many of you, and now it seems to become more trouble, but there is still a catch. We can still solve it using the same techniques that we have been discussing. It's all about recognizing it. So let's talk about the two big changes in the essay writing. So all of you who have been using several kind of templates and writing several kind of essays should be careful about these two things. First is the content. This is the one change. And the second one is the relevance. Okay, this you might not have known up until now. Content wise, I have already told you which type of templates are working, which type of templates you should be choosing. So if you are still choosing the topic kind of essays and you are not getting above 65, that means you should not be asking the same question, sir, which template shall I use? You are using the wrong template, as simple as that. So 15 points you can get easily for the essays if you are choosing the correct template, and you need to write things from your side, the phrases. So if you are following one of our templates, whether it's old or new, we still have a lot of placeholders for you to write the content and write the phrases. Everywhere you write the phrases, make it 5 to 6 words longer. Okay, if you are capable of writing longer phrases, then write more. Okay, the next change, and this is an important change, is related to relevance. See, I've underlined it multiple times. What is relevance is that you don't deviate away from the topic. You stick to the point. There are many questions that the topic will ask. I'll shortly show you on the next page a screenshot from our prediction file, the list of questions. What you need to do is you have to cover all the aspects that have been asked. We'll talk about the essay types and then I'll explain you more. But what I need to tell you that if it is the topic is related to finance and you are writing something related to arts or science, then that is not relevant. Okay, you may still be trying to link your knowledge with the relevance what is asked in the question, but it is not going to work. We need to address the questions that have been asked in the essay. So basically the AI has advanced. You all know about ChatGPTs, Amazon, Microsoft. Everyone is spending millions of dollars in improving the AIs, and so PTE exam is not behind as well. So now it's very easy to give these AIs a topic and check the essay if it is relevant or not. Okay, you can try it yourself on ChatGPT or any other AI that you are familiar in using. It's not a new news that the AIs are capable of doing that, and the Pearson has also started implementing that, and it's very easy to find out whether you have written a clear relevant essay or not. Let me show you what I want to talk about. The guidelines, the PTE scoring guidelines is still the same. It's just the capability of PTE has improved. Now they are able to check this. Before they were not able to check that. That's why many of you who were using the easier templates or not writing to the point were still getting good scores. But in this year, 2025, that technique has stopped working. You can try it. Many of the students have already tried and struggled in this area. Now when they have started writing relevant things, they are getting better scores in the exam. So as I said before, reading fill in the blanks and reading writing fill in the blanks have also been impacted, but in a different way, not related to the improvements in AI. Let's look at the type of questions that you see in the exam over here. So you see in some of the questions, they will ask you about advantages and disadvantages, or there will be multiple questions in the essay. So for example, if you see the question number 6, it is asking you for advantages and disadvantages. So make sure you address both the things. Don't just keep on writing about advantages in the 4 paragraphs that you are writing. Intro, body 1, body 2 and conclusion. So body 1 you can dedicate for advantages, body 2 you can dedicate for disadvantages, but make sure you are addressing both of them. Now, if you see other questions, there may be different questions here. For example, the last one. And then it is asking you, to what extent do you agree? It is talking about artificial intelligence becomes so advanced, people can use computers to translate foreign languages. That makes learning a foreign language unnecessary. See, this is a statement that you also need to address. That maybe we don't need to learn foreign languages, or that translation using the AIs have become easy. To what extent do you agree or not? That also you need to include in your essay. Yes, I agree with this, or I do not agree with this because of so and so arguments. So make sure whatever question has been asked, even in this question, are you in favor? Use examples to support. Nowadays, more and more people engages in dangerous activities, skydiving, motorcycling. Make sure you talk about both of them, not just one of them, skydiving or motorcycling. You have to include content related to both these topics. This is what I'm talking about, relevance. If you fail to include one part of the response, your writing scores, your essay scores will drop drastically. And that's what is happening with the students who are not giving focus or not putting focus on the question and not answering them properly. Now, another irrelevant area could be when the question is about artificial intelligence, it is related to translation. So don't just write artificial intelligence enables us to do a lot of things easier. Models and graphs, they help us to make models of the graphs and easily do that. Don't include that. Again, that is irrelevant content. Only part of it you covered, which was artificial intelligence, but it is not related to the question that is being asked. Artificial intelligence as a thing can be implemented in hundreds of ways, in hundreds of areas. Look at the area what the question is asking, and that is what the relevance is all about. So if you deviate away, you lose score. A lot of score is lost because of content. Now they are able to evaluate the content, and if you don't know, content is the highest scoring area in the essay. There are 7 different parameters that are checked for your essay responses. Content is the highest one with 3 points. Okay, now what I want to show you in this example. Now this is one of the templates that I have shown you before. In the essay writing I'm talking about that we published recently, you can get the templates from there. Okay, and you can search it on our channel. So see, this template allows you to write, first of all, a lot of phrases from your side, whether it's long, whether it's short, whether it's moderate. Now what I want to talk to you about is, because it was related to language problems and translation, see how both of these paragraphs are focused on that translation, whether it's book or anything. And then I also address that question, whether learning a foreign language is required or not. See, I gave some ideas, I gave some supporting points, examples, and then concluded that people learning a foreign language is not required. So I gave my opinion addressing the question that was asked in this. That makes learning a foreign language unnecessary. Same thing, we have addressed it here. So I have not missed anything. I have stuck to the relevance of the question that has been asked, which is related to translation into foreign languages. And that is the key relevant thing, key content that you should be including in your answers. So I hope you got the clarity. If you don't want to be in the sad phase, if you don't want to be in the list of people who are doing everything right but still not getting the scores they deserve, is something that you need to be careful about. So if you deviate away, you can forget about 65, maximum 60 you can get even with the templates. If you're not choosing wisely, 50s, 60s, that is the kind of score you will see in your essays. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is the summarized spoken text, how this is also impacted, and this also covers the PTE academic as well as the core exam. And these changes have come up in 2025. Okay, the changes, the upgrades, they all started at the end of the last year, which is 2024, and has continued in this year, and it's still not stopped. Let's keep on talking about it. Both academic and core exam is covered. So wherever you are writing or whatever type of template you are using, you have to use phrases. Absolutely phrases. If you're still using keyword, clustered keywords or pre-memorized sentences, you are not getting the good scores. And if you are getting such scores, you know that you have not been following the advices properly, because phrases are required. So never try to use clustered keyword, keyword 1, comma, keyword 2, comma, keyword 3, comma, keyword 4 in one sentence, then another sentence and multiple sentences without making any sense. So that again is very easy for the AIs to check nowadays, whether you are just writing keywords or are you trying to make some meaning out of it. So these are called as unimaginative responses. I'll show you more when I show you some intelligent ideas that the students are implementing, especially for the describe image, fulfilling all criteria but still not getting the score. You may be following one of those. Let's have a look. So summarize spoken text includes 10 points. For academic, you have to write 50 to 70 words. For core, there is a very short word count, 20 to 30. So you have to write 2 to 3 phrases. For academic, you have to write 5 to 6 phrases, depending on how long you are writing the phrases, but stick to the word count. Okay, so we have talked about it. Now let's look at what kind of response you should be writing. So this is again a screenshot or a template of what I have already shared with the video. It was recently published after the changes, tried and tested. These templates work. So what it does is basically it's a skeleton based structure. Okay, not too many words from the template side. Okay, just a couple of words to give you some momentum while you are writing, and then remaining you are writing on your own. See how you are writing, and I have shared elaborate techniques for you to write, how you can use the subject verb object combination to write the phrases, expand it, no grammar mistakes. Okay, just watch that video and you will learn more what I'm talking about. So see how long the phrases are. Academic writing and the quality of writing are important, how journals and history are related, explain resources and how we require evidence to make logic, puzzles require attention and connection, the human life needs happiness in theory, how exercise leads to health benefits, minimum 5 words in every sentence. Now, if you are writing a longer sentence in one of the sentences, then you have to reduce the word count in the other sentence. Okay, because in the end, you still need to write for academic maximum 70 words, for core maximum 30 words. Okay, now let's focus on speaking. Why people are still getting low scores when we have already shared to you the knowledge, and we have been sharing to you the knowledge since November and before that. And I also made a video that templates are going to be banned, but people thought I was joking and I'm just trying to get more views, and that turned out to be true, right? So I tried to give you proper information, correct information, much before the other channels share that information with you. So why people are still getting low scores in describe image and written lecture overall in speaking, despite knowing all the new changes, despite knowing that the manual checks are happening. Why? That is the mystery that many of you are still into. Now we'll unfold that mystery. So basically you all know that you have to speak for minimum 30 seconds, no 20, no 25, minimum 30 for describe image and close to 35 seconds for retail lecture, where content becomes even more important. So for describe image and retail lecture, earlier content was not too much important, more of fluency and pronunciation, but now as the AI has been upgraded, as the AI has been improved, so content, there are various ways for the AI to check the relevance of the content. Now, I saw a demonstration of Amazon AI where an image was uploaded and the AI was able to describe every element of the image. How cool is that? So that's how much intelligent the AIs are becoming these days. So phrases in sentence, that is definitely true. What is meant by unimaginative or clustered responses? That you need to understand. If you are still doing it, if you are still speaking unimaginative, like unrelated responses, still becoming a phrase but not making any sense. So those kind of responses are still getting flagged for manual checks and still receiving zero, complete zero. They don't have time to check thousands of manual check responses. They just give zero. So if you definitely will get into a danger area if you're doing that. Now, how to avoid that? Let's look at it. So this is an example of describe image, and the title is clearly why 0 score. Why do we get 0 score? So what do people do? We have given you the template, and some people are using the template and still getting low scores. The reason is over here. Why? You are speaking for 30 seconds and still you are getting low scores. So introduction wise, what you do is, which is fine. The bar graph represents, and then you read the title, represents how many tourists visit Canada each year. And then you say for inbound tourist arrivals in millions. So introduction is perfectly fine, but what is happening in the body? We tell you that you have to use phrases, but what you do is you combine keywords to make a phrase, unrelated keywords. So when you say there is a clear indication, that then you start counting the numbers from here. That 0, 5, 10 and 2017, 2018 and 2019 are related. They are not related, and they are not making sense if you just try to relate the numbers together. So people are inventing new ways, and I don't blame you. I completely don't blame you. You are trying to solve the question in the best way possible, but that is not working for you because of this problem, because they are not related. Basically, that is not making sense. 0, 5, 10 and 2017, 2018, 2019 are not related, but you are saying that. What happens next is, similarly, the image also supports that blue 20.9, 21.1 and 22.1 indicates that they are blue in color. Something like that you are speaking. You are making something up using what you see. What did you say? What did we say? We said the numbers 20.9, 21.1, 22.1 and blue are indicated in the graph along with 2017, 2018 and 2019. Something like that you are saying. Okay, you are still trying to interpret, but that's not a meaningful interpretation. That is still not relevant. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next sentence where you are talking about, moreover, it highlights or however it indicates, whichever one you are speaking. And then you say that indicates that blue, small, maybe you are talking about these elements, blue, small and million tourists are 2021 and 2022. Again, is it making sense? Blue, small and 2021 and 2022 are indicated in the graph. Now, how is that making sense? And then finally, you just say image is, you repeat basically the title. Finally, the image represents how many tourist visits Canada each year. So what do you think you are doing? You are still trying to fool the AI, which now has become stronger and can't be fooled anymore. So what I want you guys to do is improve your responses. Still follow the template. This template is perfectly fine. No problems at all. People are getting 90 score with the same template. Why can't you? So introduction was fine, as I told you. Then you say, you start interpreting little bit information. Okay. Let's talk about 2017, 18 or 19. There are very high ranges, right? So then you can say there is a clear indication that in 2017, the inbound tourists in Canada were close to 20.9 millions. You see how 2017 inbound tourists in Canada are 20.9 because this is in millions. I just read the graph, right? Or you can say, you can talk about the maximum things, you can talk about the minimum things, you can talk about the trends. There is a clear indication that the maximum tourists were in 2017, or let's say factually, if you're going factually, are in 2019 at 22.1 million. Next sentence. Similarly, the image also supports that the minimum number of tourists were in 2020 and 2021 close to 3 million. See, now we are making sense, right? We talked about the maximum, we talked about the minimum, then you continue. Similarly, the image also supports that in 2022, there were 12.8 million tourists, which is less than the subsequent year, or which is less than the next year. Just expand the phrase. Moreover, it highlights that 2017 to 2019 was a good year for Canada as there were many tourists coming to the country. See? Now this pattern I talked about, this trend I talked about. Next you can talk about, however, it indicates that from 2020 to 2023, there is an increasing trend of tourists which have increased from 3 to 18.3 million or close to 18 million. That's how you just make interpretation out of the graph, which becomes so much meaningful, right? So if I just say, however, it indicates that blue 2017 and 2018 are interrelated to the millions of tourists in Canada. Now, I did not stutter, I did not hesitate, and I made a phrase, but is it actually making sense? So these are called as unimaginative, mechanical responses, and this will not fetch you good scores. So if you are doing that, you need to improve a little bit. Why you are still getting 0? And same thing you can implement in the retail lecture as well. Okay, make some sense. Connect the dots, connect the keywords, make some sense. Okay, I am quite sure you are capable of doing that. You are just misguided from somewhere. Right, let's move on to the interesting part, which is the reading, writing, fill in the blanks. Now, I made a video again before these news started flashing on the other YouTube channels on the internet, that there are 4 major changes into reading, writing, fill in the blanks, because we do the analysis of the questions every single month. We don't miss that. So you might have seen the video early this month or maybe end of the last month. We talked about that there are some changes. What are the changes you already know about? The paragraphs becoming bigger, double word options are showing up, questions getting tougher, which are becoming grammar based or context based. So these were the 3 major changes that I show you here. The other ones was lengthy paragraph. There's nothing complex about that. So vocabulary is very, very important to solve the context based question, because unless you know the meaning, you won't be able to solve it. How to use. This is one important thing that I share with you in the vocabulary videos. Playlist. We have a dedicated playlist for spellings, for vocabulary. Every single month we tell you which are the most repeated words in this particular section, which is the reading, fill in the blanks, as well as reading, writing, fill in the blanks, the words. And not only that, we also show you the collocations and how to use those words. How cool is that? So if you have not been watching our channel, please go and start watching those playlists. Just yesterday I was looking at the spelling word list, and then people have been telling, yes, we have got the same words again in the exam. So you can get some bonus ideas, some bonus words if you watch. And vocabulary, learning vocabulary is never going to be a problem for you. Okay, because it will always be helpful to you in the life. Context wise, you can start improving some reading habits. Okay, because just by learning some words, it won't increase or it won't establish itself in your mind. So do some reading activities on a daily basis. Make it a habit. Become a better reader, become a fast reader. And then let's look at some example of the questions as well. I'm not just talking blindly what type of questions are coming. See, this is the type of questions. I just took a screenshot from the prediction file. You know how to get the prediction file. Editor, please show a video how we go to the channel, click on the join button and become a YouTube priority member. Okay, so you will be seeing that video while I'm speaking. Now let's come back to the question, which is this reading, writing, fill in the blanks. And what is the problem here? Some grammar based questions, see right on the top, and some questions related to multiple words, double words or triple words or 4 words as well. So you don't need to be scared about if you see 1 word, 2 word or 3 word, whatever word are the options. Even in the first example, there are multiple words. So these kind of questions are becoming more common. But if it is a grammar based question, I would say that is easier because of this video I just shared with you in the previous week, which is the grammar cheat code for the tenses. Now this particular, take a screenshot if you want and save it with you, stick it on your wall. Okay, in that video I elaborated to you how you have to understand where to use which kind of tenses. And if you understand that, you can solve the first question very, very easily. So let's try that. Does that technique work or not? So I will continue to read the whole context, but Professor Warwick Couch dashed the honorary degree of Doctor of Science for his remarkable contribution to our knowledge of galaxies and dark energy. And first line says, the University of Wellington has conferred an honorary degree on a distinguished astrophysicist in a recent graduation ceremony. Now you have the options as was receiving, had received, received, and is received. Is received, completely eliminate because this is not a passive voice. In passive voice, you have to write like this. So it may be this honorary degree is received by Professor Warwick Couch. So that is the way you use it in passive voice. So that is not in the passive voice, so we can't use is received. What about was receiving, received and had received? Now look at the cheat code. We are over here. Past, simple past, completed action in the past, past continuous, ongoing action in the past, and the previous one was had received. Okay, had received will come here, past perfect. Action completed before another action in the past. So basically we have to talk about two different things if we want to use had received. So basically we are not doing that. We are just talking about one thing and no further events have been elaborated. So eliminate that. Was receiving, was it a continuous activity, non-stop activity in the past? No. So it is just a simple received, and the cheat code told you how to get the correct answer. Done and dusted, completed in the past, received, already received. So that's how simple it can get if you really know your grammars, and if you have been following us for a while or even new, you should start looking at the grammar videos that I share with you. Everything is there for you. You just need to watch it and learn it. Okay, whatever complexity Pearson will create, you can still solve all the questions. Now let's look at the other questions as well. The second one is led, played, done, found, all in the verb 3 form, because there is has over here, and we all know after has and have, verb 3 will come. So grammatically everything is right. Now you have to understand the meaning, context. Okay, so vocabulary is not difficult here. So this particular question was a grammar based question and double triple word type of question, but still not always it will be complex vocabulary. Some of them will be. So Professor Couch is a distinguished astrophysicist who has dash a crucial role in the discovery. Crucial role. Do you know the collocation here? You always play a role. Absolutely. He played a crucial role. That guy played a role of this. You always play a role, play a role, play a role. This is the collocation. So blindly or closing your eyes, you can select this answer. That will be the correct one. Third one is just a conjunction based question. Who, they, those, which. Some are conjunctions, some are pronouns. Let's see. Professor Couch uses large ground-based and space-based telescope to observe galaxy clusters that dash are the largest structures in the universe. Can we say who are? We use who and they with people. We are not talking about people. Dash are the largest structures in the universe. Structures, buildings, we don't use who. We don't use they. Right? We say these, or we say those, or we say something else. We say which. We can use something else. So two of the options eliminated straight away. Now let's see those and which. There is a catch when you use those. Those, with those you have to use a noun. You can't just use it alone. I want those. What? What do you need? I want those pens. Then it makes sense. So is it saying that those are the largest structures in the universe? Those what? Those something has to be there. So you have to eliminate those as well. And it is a simple which is the answer. Which are the largest structures in the universe? That makes the best answer. And the last one is again similar. Dash his own research activities. Professor Couch has worked to support young researchers and provide public comment on astronomy internationally. Instead of, in addition to, regarding, as a result of. Did he do that as a result of? No. Did he do something instead of this? No. Regarding his own research activity, again not making less sense. In addition to, so he did all those things, and in addition to that he did these things. Okay, I've elaborated these all concepts in the how to solve the complex reading, writing, fill in the blanks questions. Again, the editor will have shown the thumbnail where how you can find that video on our channel. Watch that video. All the techniques covered in that. Okay, this one we have already talked about. Now the last one is reading, fill in the blanks, my favorite, because always we can rely on grammar here and then some vocabulary and collocation as well. And we have been giving you everything. Two changes we have observed, which is one is complex words and the other one is vocabulary and collocation. For vocabulary and collocation, I've already been sharing with you the playlist, the vocabulary words that are getting most repeated in the exam, how to use them. You have to watch that. You have to start learning them. And you can watch the previous months as well, because as I said, learning new words is always helpful. Okay, some complex words are there. I told you, you have to develop a reading habit. Reading is something that can't be just improved in overnight. You can't get 2 out of 5 and 5 out of 5 the next day overnight. So those are all false promises. You have to develop reading habit and you have to follow the way I'm been teaching you the techniques of the exam. So let's look at the question again. What is it about? Some words will be tougher. See this word. I just picked a question randomly. Treacherous, predictable, blockages, breakdowns. Now, you may not know, or you may know the meaning of the word, you may not know how to use this. Treacherous is not a very common word, but if you know the meaning, you will know what to do with it. So, what is the question about? Driving in British Columbia offers a unique experience to its diverse landscapes and varying weather conditions. Motorists are required to dash track rules. What do you do with the rules? You obey the rules, you follow the rules, right? Is there a follow here? Absolutely. So it is a collocation based question. No grammar, nothing you don't need. You just, if you followed the advices that I've been sharing you, followed the rules that I have been teaching you in the grammar, exactly you are doing the same thing. Follow the rules. Just select the answer straight away. Quick and easy method. Next one, during winter methods, it is mandatory to use dash tires, carry chains as the road conditions become icy. So we are talking about winter months. So which type of tires do we use in winters? I'm not sure in the countries where the weather is not so cold, but in countries like United States, even in Australia, hilly and snowy regions, we use winter tires. Okay, even in the United Kingdom, we use winter tires. Now what is over here? Icy and dash. Icy and, so when the road is icy, it becomes dangerous, right? Icy. So we are describing using adjectives. Icy. The conditions are icy and dash. We need an adjective, another adjective, because there is a conjunction here, right? So sometimes adjectives can come after the nouns as well. I have a blue pen, or I have a pen which is blue in color. So the adjective can come just before or after that as well. So in this case, we are looking at this word. Now, if you didn't know the meaning of the word, you will not know what to do with it. But at least it will give you a hint that this is an adjective because it follows the pattern of OUS, what I have been sharing with you. So treacherous means dangerous, and that's what it is, the third answer. And the next one is, additionally, drivers must be aware of wildlife crossing, particularly in rural and mountainous areas, to avoid unexpected dash, to avoid unexpected accidents, not blockages or breakdowns. Okay, because drivers must be aware of wildlife crossing, okay, because animals can cross and cause accident. Just a common sense based question, right? It's not difficult. So that's why I'm telling you, grammar, some words will be complex. Okay, if you didn't know this word, one blank gone, right? But you keep learning with me, you keep learning with Edutrainex, and you will have more vocabulary, stronger vocabulary, relevant vocabulary, what is coming in the exam. Regular vehicle maintenance is highly recommended to reduce the risk of dash during long journeys. Maintenance is related to what? Again, common sense. If you don't maintain the vehicle, what will happen? Breakdowns will happen. Exactly. Just choose this answer. A very common sense based question. Nothing complex about it. Yes, the word was complex. If you learn the words and you have seen the comments on our channels related to the vocabulary and spelling videos, how people have been getting the same words that we have been teaching, we have been giving you every single month. Some people have even got the same questions that we have been sharing on the videos. So that's more amazing. So you just need to understand these changes and start implementing them. Okay, now you understand all the major big changes piece by piece, what have been happening in the PT exam, started from 2024 and now also happening in 2025. We will keep you updated. That is a promise. We will keep our data analysis, discussions and trials on the exams and give you the latest and true knowledge to you. Now, if you haven't watched the video on the reading and writing fill in the blanks, how to solve the complex questions, the double word questions, please go and watch it now. Highly recommended. And I thank you all the nice people for watching the video. If you want to become a YouTube member, get the benefits like member exclusive videos, spelling list, and also the prediction file, you can join our YouTube channel. And if you're looking for paid assistance, do WhatsApp us. We'll provide you unlimited coaching at one price. Keep watching Edutrainex and I'll soon be back with another super important video on PT topics. See you soon.